Women of Good Fortune by Sophie. This story shows you all the shenanigans leading up to Lulu and Harv's wedding. Harv asked Lulu to marry him. Some people are happy about it and others aren't. Lulu's friends have devised a plan to pilfer the wedding envelopes that will be filled with money from the wedding guest. The friends have their own reasons for doing this and rope Lulu into it under the guise of being a way to gain her freedom. These ladies are tired of societal restraints and set out to carve a piece of happiness for themselves. This book is all about the unfolding of all that occur, plots and plans that lead up to the big day. Will they be successful or not? Well, you will have to read the book to find out. Now let me tell you a little bit about the characters involved. First we have Lulu, who is due to get married. Her family is not wealthy, some would say humble beginnings for sure compared to her fiancé. The fiancé Harv's family doesn't want this union but has conceded due to believing Lulu will be compliant and grateful for the life she is being given. It seems her friends don't think Lulu has the intellect or ability to carry out a plan of this magnitude either. Are they all right or wrong about Lulu? You will have to read the book to find out. Now Harv actually seemed like a good guy. Harv was under the pressure of his parents not only to have a wife but to gain a level of success. Harv comes from an affluent family and mainly wants to gain acceptance/approval from his father. It seems like he cares about Lulu but the other pressures outweigh his focus on her. Is Harv happy about the direction his life is headed, or is he just doing what is expected of him? After all Harv's hard work, will he gain the acceptance of his father? Read the book and find out. Then we have Jane, who is Lulu's friend. Jane is described as not that pretty and a housewife. It would seem Jane is bored with her life and has some deep-rooted insecurities. Her husband is Zuha, who works for a surveillance company. Zuha is unknowingly put at risk by his wife and friend's plan. How far will Jane go to get what she wants? Read the book and find out. Raina works at a consulting firm and working her way up the corporate ladder. She is in the running for a promotion, and if she gets it, her income will increase but possibly take up more of her time. Raina's reproductive clock is ticking, which has her considering her options. Will Raina get all that she is hoping for or not? May is Raina's cousin who attends college. She has returned home for a time and is totally down with participating in the heist. She is ready for the thrill of it all. Michelangelo is a local merchant specializing in quality knockoff goods. Michelangelo has the dream of creating her own designs and becoming famous. She is acquired for an intricate part of this heist. Will she be able to pull off this huge feat? Read the book to find out. Then we have Vic, who is Harv's longtime friend and best man. Vic has made himself wealthy with investment and business ventures. Vic leads a carefree life, not settling down in one place for too long and adventurous. Vic has a history with Raina, and now that they are having more contact with each other due to the wedding. Will their relationship flourish or crash and burn? We also get acquainted with the families of the bride and groom. Lulu's family is definitely pressuring for this union due to the financial gain and belief they will enter a high level of social status and circles. The groom's family is accepting of this union so Harv can begin a family and keep the family persona intact. You will have to read the book to find out how the parents affect the outcome of this couple's future. When discussing this book, it brought out so many conversation topics, revelations and connections. There are some cultural aspects that can definitely be dissected. I listened to the audiobook version, which is almost 11 hours long. The narrator Catherine Ho did an excellent job relaying this story. I don't know if there are any discussion questions in the physical copy of this book. Some topics to discuss are the cultural ideas about physical appearance as it relates to weight, physical features, etc. Does this contribute to eating disorders, body dysmorphia, depression and other mental and physical diagnosis for this culture? Converse about the term leftover women for those that are over the age of 27, this being a cultural ideology of a woman being past the age appropriate for marriage. Converse about pregnancy restrictions for this culture as it relates to the information in this story. Talk about the required 30-day cool-down period between a couple before they can file for divorce. Is that reasonable? Why or why not? Talk about how Harv's parents, particularly his mother, treated Lulu. How would you have responded to this treatment? With Lulu's parents, particularly the mother, do you think they should have put so much pressure on her to marry? Do you think it was fair for Lulu to be expected to send money to support her parents and brother when they are still able-bodied and of working years? Do you believe fashion is an expression of self, a way to have complete control over something in your life as it relates to Jane? Is there a difference between style and fashion? Is having good style indicative of the price tag? Talk about calculating one's worth by where they live, what they do for employment, and where their family is from in terms of them being worthy to marry, employ, or have a social standing. Discuss the expectations of a housewife versus a working wife. As I said, the conversation could go on and on with topics and perspectives from this book. I have plenty more, but you can come up with some of your own. Something I thought while reading this book though, Jane was a stay-at-home wife but no children. Like, what are you doing all day? There ain't that much cooking and cleaning for just 2 people. Another thought was, there is no way I would be marrying a man that can't stand up to his parents, in particular Harv's mother. It falls under the protection of your partner. There is no way I would hold you in high regard if he allowed his mother to treat him or me in this way. That does not equate to a protector. You could definitely have a discussion on how that impacts the relationship. Also, are these really Lulu's friends or just out for what they can get out of the deal? It seemed they didn't think very highly of Lulu. Goodreads has this book categorized as comedy, romance, women's fiction. Libby just shows the category of fiction. Storygraph categorizes this book as adventurous, emotional, comedy, and romance. I would agree with these assessments. I would just add drama. The story may bring up thoughts and emotions due to the nature of each character's struggles, along with family and societal treatment of women in particular. I enjoyed the storyline. The drama and character relationship dynamics was interesting. The elements of this story brought about great conversation. I hope you have been intrigued enough to pick it up for yourself. I did feel the author allowed room for another book, but if this is all we get, I'm okay with that. I gave this book a 9 out of 10. If you haven't read the book, go get it and tell me what you think. If you have read the book, comment your thoughts as well. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Be sure to click subscribe, like, and share. That is all for this round. As always, until next time, keep turning the pages, my book lovers.